Alright, hey guys, I'm here at DreamHack Summer with Dayshi from Team Millennium, the French Terran prodigy who's just got a top 4 at Home Story Cup and unfortunately did go out today in the final group stage of DreamHack. So we're just going to talk about, I guess, a couple of random things. We don't really have so many interviews getting to know what StarCraft players are doing in their regular lives, so I guess we'll just start off by asking you, how long have you been pro gaming and do you think you're going to do it for the next few years, or do you think it's something that's short term and you'll go into a different field?
Well, I've been doing programming since last year, since October, November, October, something like that. It's been going really well. It's lovely. It's a lovely life. I really like it. And I think I will keep at least for one more year, so next year. And then I will see. I might go for even more years or just this one.
Probably depending on results. You think if you're doing well, you're enjoying it, you got a good team and
Yeah,
salary, then you probably keep going, right?
Yeah, it will depend on results, obviously, because to me, programming is really good, but you have to make something out of it. Like, uh, it's really healthy if you make a living of it, but like if you don't really make money or something,
Yeah, like
it can be tough. So.
it's hard to transition into like a white raw sort of figure, and even then
Yeah.
you see like, oh yeah, no, he did really well doing lots of media and stuff, but even with him he has to now transition to maybe a new game or something. He's talking about Heroes
Yeah.
of the Storm, so it's, I think, very hilly unless you get even a secure job with an organization. Like if we look at someone like a Polar, a lot of people think, he's got a really good job, Artosis and everything, but if the game dies down in 3 or 4 years after Legacy of the Void, they're going to have to completely relearn a new game and everything like that. So
Yeah.
you think you'll probably go into studies? Or do you think you'll actually start working that angle? Say your results peter out a bit, you want to keep going? Do you think you'll start casting?
I think I have two choices. Either going back to study, which is the common thing, like you
Yeah.
enjoy your time when you're young and then you go back to study, or maybe start a new game because I've always wanted to try a competitive esport game, but as a team, like something like League of Legends, Dota, or Heroes of
Do you like
the Storm.
any FPS, or do you think you'd give like, if
Nah,
there was a new FPS that came out, do you think
uh,
you'd try to catch up?
I'm really bad at FPS. Like I never played it, and about CS:GO a few months later, and I played one or two games with my friends. I'm not so good at FPS, but I was playing League of Legends before StarCraft,
Okay,
and
cool.
I had a really good level. So
Yeah, I
and,
remember.
and I really like the competitive aspect, like having a team, having to build the atmosphere, and have to communicate. And I think it's really great when you win as a team and you're dominant. So I really want to try maybe like Heroes of the Storm and the next mobile or something if I can have a chance.
And I think it's a good move in esports as well because you don't have as much support. Like in regular sports, obviously you've got more coaches, team managers, psychologists, all that sort of stuff. But in esports, you normally don't have that sort of support system. So then you play something like StarCraft. It's this individual, like super isolating sport. So I think a lot of players get depressed actually. Like they get very like sick of just practicing on their own and stuff. I mean, what's it like for you living in the Millennium House? Do you feel like it's a bit more motivating? Are you there at the moment?
I'm not living in the
Not
Millenium
there.
House.
Okay, you're just at home.
Yeah, I'm still living with my parents in Paris.
Oh, okay.
So that the lonely aspect doesn't really affect me because I have maybe a weird way to approach programming. But to me, as I said, it's something that as long as I make a living of it by doing just what I love and not overdoing it, just doing what I like. For example, I'm not thinking for fans. I'm not seeking for money. I just want to make something like classic, as if I was
Yeah.
doing a job. Uh,
It's like, I guess, a lot of people
Yeah.
travel the world and they work
yeah,
tour guides or like in hostels
yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. And this is,
Yeah.
you're not necessarily trying to make bank out of it, but you're making sure you actually enjoy the experiences,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, of course, I don't ignore my fans. I'm really thankful to those who support me, who think that I'm doing something great. But I'm not like trying to be like, hey, I'm good, please
Yeah.
look at me.
So you're not like play 12 hours a day and like cry yourself to sleep after every tournament loss. You're more realistic about it and kind
Yeah,
of pretty balanced.
yeah, of course. Then if you're into esports, you're a competitive person as well.
Of course, you're still gonna get
y-
upset, right?
Yeah, you don't you don't want to lose. You
Yeah.
you kind of want to win.
But you don't go like 3 weeks, can't touch the game after you lose, just like all upset,
No,
raging on Twitter. I see. Like normally you're pretty chilled out on social media and everything.
yeah, I'm sad when I'm losing, like everyone. But I know that I'm not the best player in the world. I know that I'm doing my best, but as I want to do it. Like I'm not. Like a month ago, I practiced 30 games a day, which is a lot. Like
That's
even
a lot.
for a pro gamer.
Yeah.
That's basically what Snoot does. So
Yeah.
that's a lot. And yeah, I just felt like it. I wanted to play a lot, see
Yeah.
how it's going. So after 2 weeks of hard practice, I didn't practice more, and then anymore. And then I went to Home Story Cup, and I realized, hey, that I've been way better with this practice. So it's just cool, you know.
And you did really well there at Home Story as well,
Yeah.
top 4. I believe it was 3 Koreans and you in the top 4.
No, there was Scarlett as well.
Scarlett as well. But yeah, you had a really good showing. You took down a lot of players. And I think it was around when Acer Team Story Cup first started, I think around the start of last year, when we first started to see you kind of jump, because that was when you first started really committing to full-time pro gaming, I
Yeah.
think. And we saw you, I remember, kind of taking Korean scalp after scalp in team leagues, like really consistently.
Yeah.
So do you think going full-time, I guess, like really helped you?
I don't really think so, because it was quite a few months after, and it was just something that made people know about me.
Yeah.
But since then, I didn't really improve a lot. Like I did some okay results. But it's really like the past few weeks when I started. Like I went 14-0 in team leagues, and then Home Story Cup. Then I beat it SOS. So
Yeah.
it's a bit weird for me to like when I play StarCraft nowadays. I'm like I'm not like how am I gonna win. I'm more like how am I gonna lose, kind of mentality.
Right.
So when I lose, well, in TVT it's something else. Like if I lose in TVT, I'm just like, all right, I'll check that later. But
Yeah.
when I lost to Hero, for example, I didn't really understand, because for me it was not meant to happen. That's the way I saw it, because I know what to do. I know I can do it, and
So do you feel
Yeah.
you just failed to execute what you normally could, or do you think?
yeah, my brain went off.
Yeah.
In the last game, the game on Frost, where he won, I had a lot of respect for him, because it was an intense game. Like no balance, wine, no nothing. He was the better player. So you cannot. You're like, yeah, well, he played better. Like this game he was better than me.
Of
But the
course.
last game, I was pretty much crushing him until the 14 minutes, and then my brain went off. And it's that point of the game where you should win, and you basically just do everything wrong.
Yeah, I think
like-
every player has
Yeah,
had
you
those days.
you could have done anything that would have worked, but this thing,
Yeah.
and you
it's-
do it, and you lose.
It's just like sometimes you're just not feeling it, and the tension's wrong. And StarCraft 2 is a game where very quickly things can
Yeah,
switch off. And
yeah.
as pro gamers, I think we're so used to when we're on form, you actually have to do so many different things right, but you take it for granted. And suddenly, whether it's the high pressure, maybe the travel, jet lag, all these sort of things, something can just kind of switch off, and then you just end up in these games. And yeah, I experienced the same thing
Yeah.
yesterday, and
I've had the same.
played some of the worst games of my life. So
Yeah.
I know what you're feeling. Yeah.
I've had the same again like 2 weeks ago against MMA and WCS.
Oh, all right.
Like I had like like if you see it on paper, you cannot lose this game, and you do it. So that's.
I actually missed that one, but yeah, man, that's pretty hard. But
Yeah.
as long as you take your losses standing up and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's some interesting stuff about the games. Let's round out. What do you think of Sweden? What do you think of the girls here?
Well, Sweden is awesome. It's the country that I've been not the most, but I've been there the first time for WCS Europe, and I was like, hey, this country is pretty cool. Then I went there again for DreamHack Summer last year, and then DreamHack Stockholm before that, and it was just so awesome. So I decided to go there for a weekend, just as a personal
Oh,
holiday.
cool.
And it was just so awesome. Like I've had a story with some people and a girl, which was lovely during
Nice.
this weekend. And yeah,
It's just a really nice place, isn't it? Like
it's a really awesome place. And here again in Jönköping, it's awesome. And yeah, we could talk about the girl there like for a century or
I
something.
always like it because the first day of the event, if you open Twitter, there's always like maybe 1/3 of the pro gamers mentioning, "Oh my God, Swedish girls are so hot." And you're
The
like,
genes are strong.
yeah, it's definitely tall and blonde and
Yeah.
well put together people.
Not really tall.
Very
but
handsome.
The genes are strong.
Yeah, they're not as tall as Dutch people. They're giants. But,
Yeah.
anyway, so I think that's about it. This has been a pretty long interview, actually. I meant to keep it pretty short. So, any shout-outs before I let you go?
Well, shout outs to actually everyone who makes esport live. That is awesome. To every player, to everyone who makes it great during events,
Yeah.
and to my team who's supporting me, helping me traveling. Well, totally carrying me traveling during events. It's awesome, and yeah, thanks to you.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing the interview, man. It's been awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and go and follow Dayshi at
M_Dayshi.
M_Dayshi on Twitter. Bye, guys.